Hello, what is up, everybody? Pete Peterson here with Dream Huge Realty, 419-528-8260, online at dreamhuge.com. Work hard, never give up, and dream huge.
Yes.
And here with my awesome guest, Michelle Wallace of
Hello.
Union Home Mortgage. You can find her by email, mwallace@uhm.com, right?
Yes.
Cell phone?
419-564-2574.
Union Home Mortgage, promises kept.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you. Hey, Michelle always stops in, helps us out with all of her mortgage expertise. So today we are going to talk about the numbers. We love talking about the numbers here. So more specifically, monthly payments, guys. Because look, let's look at the average selling price in Richland County, Ohio. Last year, $115,000. This year, $150,000. Okay, big jump in the average selling price. And we always talk about that. But what does that mean in your monthly payment? Okay, so I thought it'd be good to break this down and actually look and see how that affects your actual monthly payment. So we're talking about, first we're going to do two examples, FHA and conventional. 3.5% down for the FHA. So you're looking at $40.25 for 115. So first, let's look at last year. $4,025 down. Taxes, real estate taxes, $1,438. Homeowners insurance, $403. And PMI, private mortgage insurance, $92 a month. Comes up to $723 last year. Okay. And what exactly is private mortgage insurance?
Well, it is an insurance that protects the lender from the loan going into default. So technically, FHA is a government-backed loan. Theirs is truly called MIP, which is Mortgage Insurance Premium, but we all call it PMI.
Okay.
And that's just because it's not private with the FHA loan. So it's the government-backed. If that loan goes into default...
So this is MIP.
MIP, yeah.
Okay. See, that's why I bring the expert in.
So if the loan goes into default, then the government is stepping in to help that lender then get reimbursed some of their losses if there are any.
Gotcha.
Due to non-payment.
So when can I get the MIP off of my loan?
If you have done an FHA loan in the last maybe 10 years, you cannot get that off of there. It will stay on there for the term of the loan unless you had originally put 10% down. Then it will come off after 11 years or you reach that 20% equity. You can request to have it dropped off. But
otherwise you're sticking around and you're stuck with it.
Yes, until you pay it off or refinance it into something else.
Okay, and folks, again, these numbers are for average size home, about 1,700 square foot, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, Richland County, Ohio. And I pulled these numbers. You just Google mortgage calculator and scroll down a little bit. Don't go to the websites because they'll try to get all your information.
Yeah.
And
or you can use my app. You can run payments on my app.
Beautiful. Or you can use that. And how do we get the app?
I can text it to you or email it to you, and you can download it to your phone. The Union Home Mortgage app, and you can run payments on there.
Better yet. And so that'll break down and give you all the...
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to use that from now on. But how I did it was Google, and you come up with these. And they're not always correct. They're not always accurate, but they're close. And that's why you want to get with your expert, Michelle, and she will help you get those numbers dialed in.
Yeah.
For example, she had mentioned that my insurance was a little low because you said it's normally about...
$70 a month is typically when I'm pre-approving somebody, that's what I'm going to use as an estimate on the average, because that's what I see kind of in this price range.
Okay.
And of course, it's going to depend on the insurance agent that they choose. That's totally up to them. They pick their own insurance company. Of course, we have recommendations if they need it, but they pick that, and then we go with whatever the insurance company tells us at that point.
Okay,
but that's about average. $70.
So let's look at, so now, currently, last year, this year. So $5,250 down, your down payment has increased, your taxes have gone up if it is reappraised at that value. Your insurance, like we talked about there, and your MIP has gone up as well. So you're up over $200. So that is the difference in the monthly payment for what we have seen in this rising hot seller's market, right?
Yes.
So just something to keep in mind when you're out there shopping, just some numbers to be ready for and to account for. So that's your FHA, 3.5% down. Now, Michelle, you do have a conventional program with 3% down, correct?
Yes.
But that's still, now that is called PMI.
Yes.
Okay, so you would still have PMI with everything up to 20% down.
Correct.
Okay, so let's look at 20% down. Let's say you got a nice chunk of money saved up, and you're going to go conventional loan here. Last year, 115,000, 23 grand down, 1438 tax, 403 insurance, 0 PMI. That's the huge one, right? We get rid of that sucker. 552 a month last year. Transfer over to this year, 150,000, 30 grand down, 1875 tax, insurance 525. Again, 0 PMI. Great job on filling up that piggy bank.
Yeah.
You have been rewarded right here, and you're only at 710 a month. So, folks, if you're out there and you're renting and you're thinking maybe I'm paying, how much? You'll hear this all the time. You can buy a house for what you're paying in rent, right? So think about that. Look at what you're paying in rent. For a 3-bedroom, two bath house, 150,000. This is about what you're going to be at. So just keep an eye on your budget and what your goals are. And you may be able to buy a house and build your equity instead of spending that money every month on rent. If it doesn't make sense for you.
Definitely.
So those are your numbers to keep in mind. Any final?
Just a little bit on the PMI that we were talking about with the FHA, differences on those. Whether you have the best credit or the worst credit, FHA charges the same premium no matter what. So if you have a 720 score versus a 640 score, you're going to get the same PMI on FHA. Conventional will tier it towards your credit score. So that's another reason if you do have better credit that you want to try and look at conventional, even if you're going to have PMI, because the premium will be better with a higher credit score. Usually 680 is kind of that mark,
Gotcha.
where if you're below 680, FHA might be the better route just with the PMI situation. But if you're above 680 and can go conventional, you might get a little bit of a break on the PMI.
Okay. So FHA does not care about your credit score.
No.
They give everybody the same rate.
Everybody the same. You
Okay.
have a monthly mortgage insurance plus an upfront mortgage insurance, and that's rolled into the loan. So you put that 3.5% down, but then you're financing back in a little bit extra for that upfront mortgage insurance. But FHA is still a great product, so there's pros and cons to both. But the other one with conventional PMI, that will eventually come off of there. Obviously, it can take a long time if you've just put 3 or 5%, but it does eventually come off if you're not paying attention or you don't request it at some point. Once you hit 22% equity in the house, it will automatically come off of there.
Automatically falls off.
Yeah.
22%. Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Very good. And something else you want to touch on about tax return season?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm hearing that a lot. Everybody's getting ready to file their tax returns coming up here and talking about using their tax refund as their down payment or a portion of, which is definitely doable and can be done. Just make sure you keep a copy of your tax return, so we know how much that refund is. And obviously you have to get it, show it in the bank account in order for us to qualify you with that as your down payment. So
Okay, very good. Well, it's going to be a busy spring for real estate.
Definitely.
Yes. So thank you, Michelle. Thanks for
you're
joining us.
welcome.
Michelle Wallace, Union Home Mortgage, mwallace@uhm.com.
Yes.
Pete Peterson, Dream Huge Realty, 419-528-8260. Dreamhuge.com. And remember the rules. Union Home Mortgage, promises kept. Can't forget that one. And remember the rules. Work hard, never give up, and dream huge, everybody. Have a great day. We'll see you.